Cradle, The Rise of the Chosen, Chapter 15, Part 2. They got to the Humol in the middle of the night, and kept under the bridgework where the rails were until the morning train came. Then again, they cruised through the Julie, and even then Takuma still had his suspicions, because now he was associated with the Holy, and the Holy are targets for all sorts of attacks, from knowing actors all the way to the possessed ones that turn into the most venomous enemies. So, about half a day away from Gianoa's kingdom, and Takuma still didn't understand he was a king, and didn't think he ever would. The air in the Julie got exceptionally quiet, and it was beautiful. The stillness of it all was striking. The floral shrubs were lit by rays of sunshine. The puddles of water seemed so supple. The breeze was the faintest whisper, and that's when the dense fog poured into the forest all around Takuma and Gianoa. Then it left, revealing the Volcamen, whom were bowing to them and stood up erect as ever. Aki, Buki, Hyuti, Nilo, I speak, you listen, join us, the foremost Volcamen said. Uyulamin, where are you taking us? Takuma asked. Haraji Bonti Bont Lepoji, the eastern palace of the generous, the Volcamen spoke metallically. Juin, Ioyo, Tiu, am I supposed to know who that is? Takuma asked annoyed. Gentleman Hintu, please come with. Takuma looked at Gianoa and she shrugged. He sighed and then nodded, as per usual. He was pressed between the eyes, and the white enveloped them all in that portion of the forest. They walked through streets that could only be described as sweet. The lights of the windows in the white and gray buildings came through fuzzy, which lent an entire new level of warmth that Takuma never felt before. The sky was black and starry, but looked angelic. In the distance, there was a gold spire of a building which took on the literal name of skyscrapers. Gianoa was impressed into silence. Every now and then a cloud would float by sparkling in the air, and also now and then an instrument that sounded like a saxophone playing the most sultry licks could be heard on the air. For the life of him, Takuma never saw the musician. Finally, they made it to a grand white castle, encased in glossy white, pointy parapets, blue flags, and misty windows. The gardens on either side of the main driveway were blue and purple and extremely dewy. A few children played near the front pavilion in the warm orange light of old-fashioned green metal street lamps, and the main double doors reflected that orange light and gave off a doubled ambience of indulgent peace. In the chamber of the king or prince, Takuma never found out which, the Volcamen and the married couple stood totally engrossed in the decadent tapestry all over the walls, the scent of pleasant floral creations, because Takuma knew that nowhere on Cradle could flowers smell so perfectly, and the grand pottery pots that took art to the ethers by their design and intricacy. Jikula Lum, Ayoyoy, you are always welcome here. Huyit, Ayolyu, Rimba, I am Crown Rimba. Aki, Itrui, Oil, Sikdo, Takuma, Ditio, Sotulu, Gianoa. I speak, I present Governor Takuma and Queen Gianoa. Yolio Buni, thank you for your hospitality, the Volcamen presented. Ayo, Kitui, Hibjimi, Josh. I heard Josh saved you, Crown Rimba said. Jishu, he did, answered Takuma. Deku Sieku, what was he like? Rimba asked. Ayel Tui, Bondini Jigo, like the best brother, Takuma explained. Takuma swore he could see the crown blush even though he had brown skin. The crown Rimba started laughing and then whispered to his attendant, a pleasant-looking man about Takuma's age, whom shuffled off respectfully and out of the room. Illumini, Hiju Jamal, please take my thanks for visiting. Violti Hior Idu, I must leave now, but, Crown Rimba said with a truly friendly smile. Kukilman, I've sent gift. He bowed, and so did the Volcamen, and then the metallic humanoid beings took them back to the edge of the palace, which Takuma and Genoa were thankful for. They left with the usual stiff and formal statements and took the fog back away with them. Upon entering the foyer of their palace home, the attendant called lovingly Himi, pork chop, told Genoa that an anonymous delivery agency left 700 pounds of gold bullion in a personal royal treasury safe.